All right, welcome back to the second round, the back nine of the Hyzer for Hope 3, presented by Hope Outdoors.
Yeah, Hope Outdoors is a ministry. They have volunteers that share Christ's love by taking people with special needs out to lake shores, game trails, turkey blinds, boats, and deer stands that they couldn't reach otherwise.
All right, as you see these studs making their slow-mos into the presentation of this back nine.
Chad Sherbert, big cheesin' with the lead. Ryan Morris playing it cool.
Mr. America. You know, he might not be repping the flag today, but he's all about the USA.
Blaine Roberts, big tomahawker. He's going to try to chase down Chad on the back nine.
Oh, Mr. Bluffside Birdie himself here.
That's right.
Representing.
For the past couple of years, can't thank them enough for their support. Check them out at bluffsidebirdie.com.
Yeah, also check out Tomahawk Dies on Facebook. JT Givens doing good things for students out there, giving them players packs and, you know, just introducing them to the sport.
Yeah, that's my new sponsor. Can't wait for him to give me my first dyed disc this weekend and watch it fly.
Right, you know, and if you need to get a disc dyed, shoot it his way.
Yeah, look him up on Facebook, Tomahawk Dies. So Blaine, he cooked his forehand a little into the hill the first round. He's going to try to make the adjustment and does. And make the adjustment he really does as he hits the wood pylons, and he's going to have almost a tap in for three.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, for two.
For two, for sure. Yeah, I really wanted to give you all the perspective from this angle because from the tee pad it doesn't know justice because that OB, like I said, comes into play extremely fast.
And Chad actually threw the backhand the first round and then threw the forehand this round. I think he actually saw the hole, saw how it played. As you see Ryan here, he takes one skip and he's out of bounds.
Right, just that fast and it's out of bounds. I mean, you think you throw the perfect shot, and it does.
So I try to make the adjustment. I actually do put more hyzer on my disc, but I throw it a little harder and I'm out of bounds as well.
And, you know, the one good thing about going out of bounds long is you're not extremely far from the pin, so it makes the comeback par putt, you know, a little more believable. Yeah, for sure.
So Ryan looking to get the 3P with two shots right here as he was out of bounds and chain out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was really counting that one in.
Yeah, the elevated basket with this wind is tough right now. As I tuck it into the right side for a 3, feels like what should be a 2.
Yeah, fun fact, during my practice round, I threw the hyzer out and bounced right off the cage.
You are a stud, too.
I know. I was surprised. No, I usually can't throw that kind of shot, so it really had me thinking good things.
So Blaine taking the only 2 on the card.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Chad took a 2 as well. He extends his lead. He's 3 strokes ahead of Blaine going into the last 8 holes.
Right, and that's good confidence going into this final stretch because these last couple of holes can be tricky.
So hole 11 plays downhill to this ditch, which plays out of bounds. Then you got to throw across this road to the basket uphill. You can play it one of two ways. You can try to take out as much distance as you can and bring that OB into play, or you can try to chip up short of the ditch OB and cut the hole in half, as I think Blaine's doing here with another Tomahawk with a Nuke OS. And he's going to be down there around those mud puddles that we were at the first round, which is fine. Should be able to get up and down pretty easily. Chad playing the layup play as well.
Yeah, definitely. And again, like this hole makes you really think about what your shot's going to be because for most of the pros, they can get it across that ditch, but with the wind playing and the water down there in the middle of the valley, it makes it tricky.
Yeah, so I knew that the disc was probably going to stick if I came in at that angle, so I actually dissed up. I don't throw a whole lot of distance drivers Tomahawk, but that was a fluid enforcer that just it fights the wind a little better.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, in these conditions, you have to have discs that are going to fight the wind. I mean, you can't go out there throwing something understable and expecting it to hyzer at all. So.
And Ryan executing the layup shot very well also.
Well, I think
Blaine with a, oh my gosh, he had another terrible roll on this hole.
Right, and I think Ryan had been watching y'all for most of this round, and he was really confident in that overhand. And he was like, you know what, I can try it too. I can show you what's up.
Chad swings the hyzer out wide, fiddling with the road a little bit. He's got a putt for 3.
Yep, and I mean, look at these beautiful skies right now. I want y'all to remember this.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and take a quick look at it, because I have a feeling that it's going to change rather quickly.
And Ryan with another overhand. he's definitely got it in the bag. I used to play with Ryan a whole lot when he lived over here in Mobile. I learned a lot about putting from him, and we had a lot of good tomahawk battles.
Yeah, it seems like just yesterday. But he's been living in the Biloxi area. He's been running a lot of good leagues over there, keeping the Biloxi disc golf alive. So if y'all are in that area, y'all be sure to check out Hiller Park, check out Ryan Morris. He'll be sure and be glad to show you around the course.
Yeah, so I left that putt a little short. Looks like a couple of us are going to be tapping in for 4 or par on this hole. Chad looking to be the only birdie and extend his lead one more stroke, and does that easily.
Hell yeah. Boy's on fire right now. So
he's been a putting machine today.
No, absolutely, yeah. He definitely puts it together when the time's right, when the time's needed. So yeah, I see Ryan Morris cleaning up.
Blaine and I are going to try to do the same. Blaine taking his time. Why rush here? You're coming down the home stretch.
Right.
He's trying to cut the lead.
Yeah, there's no need to rush it, and no need to overdo it. Just take one step at a time. Like you see Chad here, 14 down. Blaine 4 strokes back now, so
tough, but definitely doable.
Every stroke matters right now. So
hole 12, you've got a short downhill hole. Most of the crowd is going to play the wide hyzer out right over that gazebo you see with the green roof. There's also a couple shots up the middle you can take. I play a little thumber. And you can also play a forehand out wide to the left, but it's definitely not the chosen route most of the time.
No, like I said before, you're going to see a lot of these pro players throw over the building here, the righty hyzer, lefty forehand.
Yeah, and Chad makes a great shot. Looks like he'll have an easy 2-look. Blaine's going to try to play this flex forehand up the middle with a Justice, I believe. He actually swings it out a little wider on hyzer this time, which is going to work with the hill. He'll have a putt.
All right, and Josh, with your overhand shot, that's magic. I want y'all to watch close here.
So Thumber coming in
and just misses the basket. Like, how do you miss that? Like, we all thought that was in.
I'm sorry, all y'all. I'm sorry.
Like, that was supposed to be it right there. That was supposed to be ESPN, and you know, it happened.
I threw the Thumber with my Firebird, and I actually would much rather prefer to throw the Tomahawk. I don't feel good with the Thumber, but it had a favorable skip, just didn't get in the basket.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he takes a long slide past the basket, but when you're risking the biscuits, sometimes that happens. So
yeah, I gave it a run back up the hill into a headwind, and Ryan's going to be putting up the hill into the headwind as well. And you can see it lift this there into the top of the chassis band.
Well, I'm sure he played it off of what your shot was doing, where it didn't quite get as much lift, and he thought that he could play it lower, but that headwind took into effect that time and really raised it up to the band.
Yeah, and I say headwind, but the wind was swirling. It may have been constant one way, but it could shift second to second.
Right, and and that's what makes courses like this very challenging. I've seen other courses, like especially on the Pro Tour, where one day it's super easy, but as soon as that wind starts blowing, it's a completely different course. It doesn't matter what the par is, what the distance is. If you're not on your game, you're just not on it, and the wind will stop you from playing good. Yeah, hole 12, we saw a couple of birdies there, a couple of bogeys.
Yeah, hole 13, this is playing really tough with the wind today. As we got OB on the right the whole way, the hill sloping straight at it. If you swing something out wide and it doesn't hyzer back, you are a goner. Got to find something to fight the wind right here and give yourself a putt.
Yep, and like I said, these guys are coming down the home stretch here, so all they're thinking about is trying to maximize their birdie chance to catch Chad, because Chad right now he's being relentless. He's not giving anything to the players. So
Chad goes with that low driving shot with a fairway driver, trying to get underneath the wind. I think that was a great play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because you throw something light or something slow, you could catch it and right out to the right in that wind and end up OB in the water.
So Blaine taking a roll. It needs to slow down. It's coming up quick on the water. The water you see short right there is actually a casual puddle, but there is a lake further down to the right from the tee box.
And it doesn't look like from the video, but there is a very distinct water line. So
I said right there I stopped because the wind was trying to take the disc out of my hand. You see it shove it hard right at the lake.
But it brings it back nicely, so, you can't complain about that too much.
Yeah, definitely not.
I felt like you gave it a good wind read. You waited and gave it its time, dude.
So Ryan's going to play with the hill and try to ride the wind down towards the basket, and looks like he caught something just a little early.
Yeah, just a late tree. I mean, when you take it out that direction, you're putting it into play. So.
And a good layup shot.
Yep. And yeah, right before this, we had a runaway bag, so we had to stop play for a second, catch a bag that was running down the hill because it blew from across the fairway, way off in the distance. And I'm sure y'all can hear it in the video, but I keep talking about this wind, and man, that's all you could think about out there. Even videoing it, that's all I was thinking about.
Shades of the glass blown open.
Dude, yeah, right? I mean, a shot from a disc flying behind your head, it was right on point with it.
And you see how hard I had to bang that putt into the chains. I'm only 15 feet away, but I'm trying to cut through the wind. It is ripping, and you can kind of see the sky on the horizon above those trees. It's starting to get a little bit more dark.
Yep, we're creeping into it. I should have put a picture of the weather report at about this time so y'all could see exactly where we were standing underneath it, but that red line is getting really close to us. So.
Yeah, there was some bad storms that came through the night before. They actually pushed this tournament start time in the morning back an hour to try to wait till after the rain, but now it's starting to creep up on us on the back end.
And I stayed in Chatham that night at Mr. Finley's house, and I thought the storm was coming through the windows. I thought I was gonna wake up with a tree on top of my car. So thankful that
it ripped part of the roof off of my shed here in Saraland.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there was a lot of damage here in Mobile. For the most part, I think all we saw was one tree down in Chatham. So, I mean, be blessed. A lot of people weren't. So
I threw that low fastball tomahawk and actually caught a tree in the fairway. Not the worst result ever. Chad's going to try to correct off of his shot from the first round where he went out of bounds, and looks like he has done just that. Great shot.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that's what you need at this time in the tournament.
Yeah. If he's making twos, nobody's catching him right now.
No, not at all.
Blaine taking
no spoilers or anything, but when you're playing that good, it's hard.
Yeah. Blaine swings the forehand out wide left, plays towards the water, but he'll have a putt. And Ryan trying to read off of Blaine's line. Looks like he skipped up a little bit early, but taking a really favorable roll down towards the basket.
Very favorable. I mean, that's going to give him a circle edge putt, so you can't complain with that.
So I'm giving this one a little bit of a bid with my putter. The wind kind of killed it, and I'll have a putt for 3.
Yeah, this is Ryan. This is where he ended up for a chance for birdie.
Oh, just off the cage short.
Caged it. I mean, that was so close to being perfect. All right, Blaine from about 35.
Boom.
Who needs to jump? He's got that long stretch. He's about 6'4" with a 7-foot wingspan.
This putt is smooth and looks effortless. That disc just comes out of his hand great.
Right to the basket, and that's what you want. All right,
tap in for 3.
Nice. All right, Chad here.
This is all he's got left for his 2.
Yep. Go ahead and count it. That's another stroke on the card.
And Ryan, he'll tap in as well. So walk away with 2 birdies and 2 pars on this hole. Not bad at all.
Yep. As you see, Chad here at 16 under. Next closest, 11 down. So that's just from this card. If you're following this along live while it was going on, you would notice that Mr. Todd Rowell is creeping up on that leaderboard real fast.
That's right. And we actually didn't have live scoring in this event, but just like the old days, talking between cards, we knew he was getting close.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris Downey's close on his on his tail.
For sure, yeah. So, I mean, it makes it, with live scoring, it makes you be able to see exactly what you need to do.
Good tree catch there by Chad. He can do no wrong right now.
Right, that was gone for sure. But yeah, no. But when back to the old way of thing, like without being able to see it live, the only way you know what people are shooting is if you're talking to your card mates or talking to your neighbor cards. So.
Yeah, if you got a friend that can give you a little hand signal is where they are.
Right, yeah. A little text message here and there. Yeah, I just birdied this whole blah, blah, blah. But, live score makes it fun. That way you can watch all your other competitors.
So we've got 3 on the green, and Ryan's going to play this forehand up towards the hill and hope it can check up. Oh, great tree as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, these guys are pulling out all the luck they can get for, as we see Blaine here. Another cage, unfortunately.
No.
This is right here what you do not want to see. We thought that was going to stop up the top of the hill, but that wind, again, relentless. It's
Give him the slow roll down. So
Right.
now this is for his 3, and you can see the disc almost stall completely in the air before falling short.
Yeah, that unfortunately. Oh, the no-mo.
So Ryan, I said no off screen here. Ryan had no idea. If you look, he's picking up his disc. I mean, this is the worst no-mo I've seen. How did that miss?
What? Like, come on. I mean, unfortunately, does deserve the no-mo, but at the same time, that was supposed to be in.
That putt was too good. It just hit the pole too clean.
I know Ryan's been telling me all week. He's like, all I've been waiting to do is see that missed putt, and I mean, that was not a missed putt. That was in the basket.
That was a missed catch by the basket.
Yeah, you won't see that again by these T2s. I mean, like I'm very biased on a lot of baskets, but these baskets catch. So I mean, it's how windy it is out there.
So Chad walking away with a 3. I walking away with only 2 on that hole.
Hey, take them where you get them.
Yep, we go into hole 16. Low ceiling, a little over 300 feet. You got water playing on the right out of bounds, no out of bounds on the left, and a pretty fast green.
And look, as you see here, an Osprey on top of the basket, just hanging out like he owns the place.
Man,
that's cool.
That's cool from the drone cam.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to walk on that perp like that. So great job catching on the drone.
Chad coming up a little short, but I think he's happy with that. He's got a putt. I'm trying to repeat what I did the last round. Just throw it as hard as I can, low, and get up there on the green.
Yeah,
so Ryan coming up a little inside with the backhand. Looked like he didn't commit all the way as he was trying to get underneath the ceiling.
Right.
And Blaine catching the unfortunate.
Yeah, and for you tomahawkers, I call this the baseball hole because, I mean, it's just the pitcher's dream.
Yeah, you just imagine a catcher putting the number 1 down right down the middle, and you're throwing it as hard as you can.
Hard as you can,
using the ground play.
And Ryan, man, all over the basket. There's nothing you can say but target hit, target hit, target hit. It's just unfortunate that they're not going
not his friend right now, kind of like it was to Chris Downey here in the first round.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and I like to say
great putt from Blaine to save the 3.
Hey, that's from downtown. He's been on fire. He's been catching a lot of those slow mos and those flashbacks today. So you got to give it to him for hanging in there, giving Chad a little bit of run for his money.
Yeah, definitely. 2 for 2 on this hole. I will take it for the day.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Those are good gets.
No mo for Ryan.
No.
He taps in for 3 and moving on to hole 17.
So, yeah, hole 17. We see Chad here at minus 17, taking a 7-stroke lead on this leader card, bringing it to hole 17.
Yeah, hole 17. So about 250 feet. Plays a little uphill at the end after playing down at the beginning. You got this fenced off area on the right, plays as OB. I try to play it off it and get onto the green. The only danger you have are these trees early. As long as you can pick a gap and get through it, you should be in good shape. I missed my fence line, but get a favorable bounce up towards the basket, and I'm putting for 2.
All right, yeah, no, definitely a good shot there. Just playing it
with the tongue out. He knows he's got a drop in right here.
Yeah, no, Chad. If you're watching that, I hope you rewind that, play it in slow mo, and look at Chad smiling at the camera. You'll enjoy that one. Just thank me later.
So Blaine playing the backhand, looked like he ripped it out right. He's a little deep at the basket, but he'll actually have a putt. Ryan with a flex forehand upshot. Beautifully done off the pole.
Right. Watching all these players, especially off the tee, a couple of pole hits off the tee box and then an upshot like that, you're expecting big things from the rest of these players. As you see Blaine, like his only backhand of the day, just threw it out a little wide. After he threw it, he said to the card, he was like, and now y'all see why I don't throw backhands. But
when you got a tomahawk like his, why do you need to?
Why? Yeah, why even throw a backhand? Like, he was just trying to show off for the camera, I guess, or show off for the card, but, yeah.
So Blaine taps in for 3. Ryan's going to do the same. And Chad with the easy tap in for 2.
Ding, ding. All right, after hole 17, now you can see Chad's pretty much ran away with it on this card.
Yeah, this will be a victory lap for him pretty much on this hole.
Yeah, I mean, you know, truthfully, he doesn't know exactly where he's at as far as the other players go. He doesn't know who's shooting hot out there. You know, he knows that Todd's shooting good. You know, he knows that Chris is shooting good and some other players are doing well. But, I mean, it's not like he can just lay up here.
Yeah.
He still has to play his game and finish this off strong in order to win.
And the rest of us are competing for some cash, so we're trying to do as well as possible. I'm throwing my Bowling Green D3 again. Get clipped a little at the end, but I'm out in the open.
Yeah, and that's what you want on this hole. You
Sure.
just want to be past those first sets of trees. So.
As you're throwing here, you say, why don't you just swing it over the baseball field and take those trees out of the equation? Well, that light with the orange tape on it right there is actually a mando. You have to throw left of it to satisfy the mando.
Right, because the majority of the time on Saturdays you're going to have Little League out there, and you don't want to take any chances of hitting them with the disc. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Ryan's going to be on top of the hill. He does make the mando. And Blaine's going to try this huge flipper shot.
Yeah.
And he makes it out of the gap. He didn't get all the way over the trees like I thought he was trying to. He actually throws a shot that flips over and rides like a backhand from a righty, flexing to the right. And I've seen him throw that shot on video well over 500 feet.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But all you can do is go back to that wind again. When it's as blustery as it is that day, there's only so much your disc will do naturally.
He actually held the overhand record for one day, and they're working on making it official right now.
Really?
The overhand distance record.
Wow, where was that at?
He was over in Hattiesburg. He took it on video during COVID, and they're trying to get a rules interpretation of how his disc flipped over, because technically it's the upside down throw rule.
Oh wow, yeah, because that's when about the time they took the Epic Aerobie out of play, because people were throwing 700-foot tomahawks that turned into an Hyzer that flexed back out.
Yeah.
It was the craziest disc around, and I'm sure for y'all, if that disc was still legal, there's no doubt that it would be in Entourage because of the distance you can get with them.
Yeah, so also to mention on this hole, the bottom fell out. So you may not be able to see it, but the rain is falling and the wind is whipping, and that's no excuse for that. That was just a terrible shot.
Yeah, as you see by that towel there blowing, you'll see it as we get up here to the final green. I'll try to give you a nice little display of the rain.
And that road that Chad's over right there, it plays as a river. He's putting back across. So he's actually inbounds across the river. As we're just going to try to finish up, tap in with a couple of putts right here.
Yeah, you know, like he was saying, the rain is coming down right now. Like you may or may not be able to see it. I know you can hear it, but yeah. As you see Ryan here, I mean, he's only 25, 30 feet away, and what can he do? Like, he's trying to get whatever angle he can at the pin, and then unfortunately catches some nub and then a little roll.
Has to stop himself from catching the disc. I've had to stop myself from doing that a few times.
Right, because you know those home course rules that, you know, if you bounce off a tree and catch it, you know, you can throw it again, right?
Yeah, I think that's at Chickasaw only.
Oh, only at Chickasaw? Okay, I thought that was a everywhere thing. All right, you see Blaine here going to clean it up. I think he gets the only birdie on the hole.
I believe so.
Yeah, for sure.
Great four in the wind and the rain.
Yeah, no doubt. Chad's going to clean up here for the victory, and everybody else is going to tap out. You know, normally they would probably do the courtesy rules and let the winner tap out, but it was raining. Everybody was trying to get out of there.
Yeah, just trying to get back to the truck at this point.
Now you can see, I've given you a little perspective of what's coming down. You know, it's no tropical storm, but the rain is coming, and it's annoying. Well, y'all, this is it. Thank y'all for so much for staying with us this far. If you liked it, you know, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, give it up to Josh Hollingsworth in the booth here. You know, killed it today.
Yeah, congrats to Chad Sherbert taking it down. Good win, and with all of us down the stretch, played really well today. And for Tatersworth commentary,
Yeah, we're out. Thank y'all so much.